Okay, so this third part is where I talk about accomplishments. Um, in the video, I basically talk about how accomplishments, they don't feel right, right? They don't feel right because I feel as though they're not mine. And the thing about accomplishments that come after you've lost a loved one, it's like, if you've lost a loved one, you get it. They don't feel right because I feel like the things that I have accomplished now in my lifetime, I know for a fact that if my twin sister was still here, I would not have those accomplishments. Like, I'm I mean, I know I probably would have got my graduate degree, yeah, but me and my sister, I mean, we probably would have gotten an apartment together and probably would have just got a 9 to 5 and just would have been living life, getting Starbucks every day and like traveling. We wouldn't have. I know for a fact I wouldn't have. We wouldn't have jumped into getting a job in our field right then. But right after she passed, it's like, yeah, that's what I did. My very first, when I graduated, my very first job, I jumped in, got it, and then got fired from it. I, and it was because I really just couldn't concentrate. And so, but because of that, I know for a fact I wouldn't have gotten my master's. I wouldn't have gotten into volunteering. I wouldn't have, there's a lot that I just would not have done. I just wouldn't. And so that's why I feel as though the accomplishments, they're not mine. And nor did I want to accept them, when they came, because I mean, like I said in the video, I want the accomplishments that would have came with her. I want those because, and even if it would have just been one, I still wanted that accomplishment with her. We were on Angels in Our Midst back in high school. And it was so many accomplishments that I got with her, and so many that we just had yet to get. And it just, so I will always feel as though, I want those accomplishments that would have came with her. And I just, like the coffee table now, the bicycle coffee table, or, me actually starting YouTube, and, me moving out, it's just so, like, all of the year marks of me, my first flat iron. I mean, it's so many small accomplishments that I've had, and especially with my hair. I mean, she was the one that did my big chop. She was the one, and I remember the day clearly. I had came home and she was in the window. She was in the window, and it's like still to this day is. She was in the window and she had cut all her hair off. I mean, and but now that I know so much about just life and the things we go to, and the points in life that have to happen in order for growth to occur. I wish she would know that, because I had came home, she had cut all her hair off, she was sitting by the window, and I should have cut my hair off, but she didn't work. She didn't have a job. She was one of those I mean, she had, I think, like maybe 2 jobs, but she was not a worker. She was, I know for a fact that she was the most free spirited person. She did not care to work. She had one job at Party City, and I think she had another job selling knives or something. But she was not one to work. She just she had other agendas. She would be in the mirror practicing makeup, and with me, like, I was a tomboy. So she was the girly one. She would be in the mirror putting on makeup, doing her hair all day long. With me, it's like I've never put on makeup to this day. I didn't care about my hair really. But that was her. She would literally just do makeup all day, and I know my mom misses that. But yeah, but yeah, so but anyway, I came home. She was by the window, had cut all her hair off. She put it in a bag, which I still have to this day. She put it in the bag, and she was natural. And then at one point in time, I knew it. I mean, she was owning that job. I mean, she loved it, and her hair was so. She had the perfect little coils all over her hair. I mean, oh my goodness. I mean, just beauty at its finest. I mean, it was just perfect. And so then one day I came home, and just like that, she cut all my hair off, and I was natural with her. And then I remember I was scared to go to work because I still had to go to work. I've worked at a lot of daycares, and at this particular time, I was a teacher at a Montessori school. Um, and so, and it's so crazy because she came to work with me. Like, and I thank my boss to this day because she allowed her to come to work with me. And I was a teacher of like 2-year-olds. So it wasn't like a big deal, but all of my babies, they were just shook because they had just never seen, I guess, because we look so much alike, they were just staring at us with the biggest grins like all day. Like, babies just be I mean, not even thinking that, okay, what is going on. They were just kind of loving it because I think babies sometimes love to be confused because and she just stayed there with me. She stayed at work with me. She went to work with me probably like the next 3 days, and then that was it. Um, yeah, that was literally it because I think she did my bid chop. She came to work with me in October, and then she passed away November. So yeah, and that's when I quit my job. Um, and I was in school, and I remember getting a job at Circle K because it was like right across the street from my it was like right across the street from my job. Oh no, yeah, I did that, and then I got the job um at Lakeview, I think it was. I don't know. And that's another thing. I mean, that's why I'm making like a timeline of my life because so much of these last 10 years was just so blurry. Very just very very blurry. So yeah, I mean, if I stopped and actually think about it, or actually go back, because I started up another diary right after she passed. So, and that's my little, every time she got me a gift, it was a journal. So that's basically what I used to write stuff in. But yeah, that was that.